Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us as we talk about a new organization for the Office of Employment and Training. Before we start, I wanted to tell you that Beth Kuhn expresses her regret that she couldn't be here this morning. She's halfway around the world in a family trip that was set up 14 months ago. Otherwise, she would be here with us this morning. We are announcing today a reorganization of this office, our Office of Employment and Training. And I wanted to share with you why this is happening and why it's happening now. As part of this reorganization, there are two driving factors that bring this about. The first, you may be familiar with under WIOA, that are requiring a consolidation.
Covington isn't moving.
Hold it, we have a technical glitch, just 1 second.
Let's ask and check in. Is there anyone else that can't hear besides Covington?
Yeah. Is there anyone else that we've got a difficulty in being heard in Covington? Anyone else? Send us a message if you can't be heard, if you're not hearing us.
If not thinking about
Yeah, we'll just go on here. It reminds me, 50 years ago, whenever we had an AV presentation in grade school, 20% of the time there was a glitch and nothing has changed, even though technology is exploding. We're just going to head on here. Hopefully, Covington will be able to connect. As I was saying, there's a couple of factors that are bringing about this reorganization and why it needs to be today. One of those factors is under WIOA, required consolidation, going to full career centers, the end of standalone centers being able to be funded through the grants that our operations are funded by. And so part of the reorganization today will address that necessary reorganization. So we will be taking our number of local office organizational units, for instance, from 33 to 12. Those will be within administrative regions where we have 10 today. We'll have 5 in the new structure. There's a second piece to this, and the reason that it has to be addressed today, we cannot wait any longer. And that is, we're not operating within the dollars available to us in grants. As you may know, with increased employment, the dollar amounts of the grants has declined significantly from half a dozen years ago. And this reorganization will allow us to work within the grant limits that we have today, both for this year and 2018 as well. This reorganization brings about a change in the number of positions in OET. And as a result of it, we'll have 95 individuals with OET that will need to be transferred either into other positions within the cabinet or in other positions within state government. And I think this is an important point. For these 95 employees, it is a transfer. Every person will be offered a position either within the cabinet or within state government. And we have our full support on that item. And we'll hear more from personnel in just a minute. I mentioned earlier that we're going to 12 local office organizational units. These will be the hubs in the new systems as we formulate the workforce system for the future. Many other states have gone down this path of hub and spoke system. Our 12 hubs will be in the cities of Bowling Green, Covington, Elizabethtown, Hazard, Hopkinsville, Lexington, Louisville, Moorhead, Owensboro, Paducah, Prestonsburg, and Somerset. In addition to these 12 organizational units, there are 8 other locations that are managed within those existing organizations, within those 12 existing organizational units. And we'll be working with the workforce development boards to determine exactly how we will best provide services in the future. Some of that may mean that offices that are not in this list I just mentioned today could potentially remain open, that our partners keep them open, that OBR might be located there, that an OET employee may be there on a part-time basis, even though your full-time responsibility will be at the hub, that maybe Mondays and Wednesdays, you will be there to be a resource for that office that wasn't on this list as well. So yesterday we met with workforce development boards, and they are beginning to formulate a plan, because this is not a closure plan. This is a plan for right-sizing from a resource standpoint and streamlining the management structure, but determining which offices will remain open and how we will use mobile technology to service those other areas that are not on this list as well. We'll hear more from personnel in just a second. Mary Elizabeth will be meeting with each affected individual on a one-on-one basis. This order will take effect on February the 16th. So from now until the 16th, we'll be working through obviously a lot of the organizational aspects. On the unemployment insurance side, for those that might have questions, because close to 70% of our activities in our centers today revolve around unemployment insurance benefits. We are building a stronger access, whether it's internet, phone, call center, but we take those responsibilities very seriously. And we'll be announcing a new plan on how to better connect for unemployment insurance, especially on the benefits side. This new model, as it's developed and rolled out, will also include new technology provisions that we haven't had before, and investment by this cabinet, new ideas that we're seeing showing up in other states that just hasn't come to OET yet here in Kentucky. So that'll show up here in the very near future. You know, for the past 2 years, we've been operating under a hiring freeze. And the reason for that is that expenditures have been significantly above the grants that have been available to us. For your information, in the last year, under Wagner Pizer, and many you're speaking with today, been involved and are very familiar with Wagner Pizer grants. Last year we received $8.6 million, and we actually spent over $13 million. And that just can't continue. So the federal government has reduced those dollars available to us, and this reorganization will also address that for the foreseeable future. My goal is that we don't have a hiring freeze. This needs to create a lot of partnerships on providing the kind of services that we hope to provide, and has created some strange circumstances across the state. We have a lot of retirements in one area and some retirements in another area. So over the past 2 years, the number of field staff has reduced by 18%. Central office hasn't been immune from that. The number of positions here in central office has reduced by 25% over these past 2 years. You know, I'm thankful to you for this time of uncertainty, and reducing the number of individuals to meet our clients' needs has gone down, and you have stepped up and met those needs. And I'm thankful that you have done that. This is a difficult time as well, and I will need you to step up once again, and because our clients are at the top of this pyramid and to meet their needs. It's a challenging time, and we're committed to full support of you as we move forward. We move now to my left is Mary Elizabeth from Personnel, Mary Elizabeth Bailey, and she will share some additional information.
Thank you, Secretary. Good morning. My name is Mary Elizabeth Bailey. I'm Commissioner of Human Resources Administration for the Personnel Cabinet. And as you've heard today, there will be a reorganization in your agency. Reorganizations are not new to state government. We have done several over the past 10 years to ensure efficiency and ensure that we're able to meet the budgetary landscape that's set forth for each agency. Sometimes there are necessary measures that have to be taken in order to meet those needs, and in doing so, it means that we have to create new structures with less positions. That is often very concerning to employees, and I'm sure today you are probably thinking of what's going to happen to me. This is where your HR office and the Education Cabinet and the Personnel Cabinet come in. Over the next several weeks between now and February the 16th, you will be meeting with staff from the Education HR office here in the Cabinet and the Personnel Cabinet reports. I'm going to explain a little bit about the steps that's going to take place. I know this is probably overwhelming, a lot of information. This will not be the first time you will hear this, so no concerns. This information will be reiterated to you many times. What's going to happen first is that positions are going to be established in this new structure. In staffing that, employees will be transferred into these new positions. And many employees ask, how is that determined? That is determined based upon an employee's seniority, and that is not a seniority within the organization. That is your total state service seniority. Job classifications, ensuring that you meet the minimum requirements, and we look at work counting, home counting, and various factors like that. I need you to understand that seniority is the big driving factor in this when we talk about transfers into new positions. The first thing that I'm going to need for all employees to do is to update your application in the Personnel Cabinet's Career Opportunity Systems by this Friday, close of business, January 13th. That is the most important step as of right now. If you need any assistance with that, you can feel free to contact the Personnel Cabinet or the Education's HR office. They would be happy to assist you in those with updating your application. After that, Education will be meeting with you. The HR office will be meeting with you to offer you and to talk with you about positions in this new structure. When all those positions have been filled, then a list of names will be sent to the Personnel Cabinet. From there, myself and my staff will meet with each employee that's impacted at this point and that have not been placed in the new structure within the Education Cabinet. From there, we will sit down and talk with you about other opportunities within state government. The most important factor here is that we want to make sure that all employees retain employment without loss of pay and benefits. That is the goal of the Personnel Cabinet. That is the most important thing that I want you to take away from today. You probably will not have the same job that you have today. Your duties will probably change. You will have a new supervisor. You might be in a new location. But our most important goal is that you continue employment without loss of pay and benefits. This will occur, like I said, over the next several weeks with effective dates of transfers to either within Education or within another cabinet within state government between now and February the 16th. Okay? I know this is a lot of information. I probably went over it very fast. We will be meeting with everyone individually so that everyone understands what will happen over the next several weeks. So thank you.
Mary Elizabeth, would you address one item? We've had a couple of questions about this, that a person is at a certain grade level, but the position that's available there in their home county might be a step or two below that. That person be asked to change pay?
No. Everyone will be offered positions either at their same grade or lower. If it is lower, you absolutely will not lose any type of pay at all. No one will be offered a grade higher because that is a promotional opportunity within state government, and the merit system does not allow anyone to be transferred into a position that is at a higher grade. So yes, it is very likely that many employees will be transferred into positions that are either a different job title or a different grade than what they have now, but they will retain their salary. Yes.
All right, thank you very much. Also with us is Andy Hightower to my right, and Andy heads up policy, workforce policy in the cabinet, and involved with not just this reorganization, but how we can better meet the needs of clients in the future, and also working on some interesting cross-cabinet collaborations. But Andy has a few words for us talking about the future for OET.
Thank you. Thanks to everyone for joining us. You've heard a lot of the details of today's announcement. I just wanted to take a moment to wrap up and talk about why we acted today and how this actually fits within the context of where our cabinet is headed. First, I just want to reiterate what Secretary sentiments, how grateful we are for every single member of the Department of Workforce Investment. Your dedication to public service and to our mission of reemployment is obvious to us. When I first joined the cabinet, it was really apparent how much the hiring freeze impacted our cabinet's organization, and it's how much of a strain is placed across our cabinet. I've seen plenty of examples of those of you who've stepped up to fill any gaps and really reduce the impact from what has been a significant loss of personnel over the last 2 years. I truly appreciate the commitment you bring every day to the citizens of the Commonwealth. I'm grateful for the support of our HR team in this effort, led by Beth Steinley. They're going to be out in the state meeting with you and making sure you have the information you need, answer all of your questions. And you know, if you have any questions about this transition of the transfer situation, call Beth Steinley and her team, and they will answer it as quickly as they can. As you've heard from Secretary Heiner, this reorganization is kind of the beginning of the Workforce Information and Opportunity Act. The administration's priorities remain the same. We want to expand Kentucky's workforce. We're working to align the skills of that workforce with the needs of employers. And we want to empower Kentuckians to improve their lives. And you are going to remain a big part of that. All of our efforts and all of the changes this year are made with the expectation that we're building towards that goal. And this reorganization is really the beginning of a conversation about the modernization and future service delivery in the workforce. This is the first of many things we hope to do this year, although this is the most drastic impact on our organization. Secretary Heiner and Commissioner Kuhn and I have traveled the state meeting with our workforce partners, local area workforce development board chairs, and chief local elected officials, and discussed how WEO expects co-location and coordination of services. And we've asked them to begin to think about what future service delivery is going to look like. We're going to continue these conversations with you and with them as we work together to determine the future status of affected locations and what strategy we need to ensure service throughout the state. These objectives demand an emphasis on technology improvement so that you staff will have the right tools to assist more people in more locations more easily, and more customers will be able to help themselves. Other opportunities lie ahead as we work to consolidate other career services that are in other agencies of state government into the workforce system and assist the community engagement aspect of Medicaid. All of these changes and opportunities require all of our commitment to continual improvement. We've asked so much of you already, but we still need your help. As we come up to work every day in the coming weeks, we ask for your help in this transition to minimize our impact on customers and to help us create a stronger foundation for future growth. Throughout coming weeks, if you need anything, just let us know. Yesterday, we shared this information with senior Department of Workforce Investment staff and our workforce partners. And today, we're going to discuss the transition with our workforce development board chairs and chief local elected officials this afternoon. If you have questions about the process of transition, Beth Steinley and her team will be happy to take care of any questions. And again, they will be out meeting with you one-on-one in the coming weeks. If you have other questions, ideas, or concerns you want to share, don't hesitate to contact me, Rick Jordan, Bill Donovan, Stephanie Belt, anyone else, your management. Please let us know how this is impacting you, how this is impacting customers, and things we can do to make this better. for everyone. If you need to email me, local at andy.hightower@ky.gov. So as you have ideas, please reach out to us and let us know what we can do to make a difference for customers, for employees, for employers, for Kentucky, and for you. Thanks. We're going to take some questions. If you have questions, Buddy, do you want to talk about?
Sure. As we said at the beginning of the session, if you have questions, give those to your regional managers, and the regional managers will get them up to the cabinet. We do appreciate everybody joining us today. Mr. Secretary, is there anything you want to say before we end the session?
Just appreciate everybody's willingness to work through this with us over the next 40 days or so.
Thank you. The Secretary, thank you. Commissioner, thank you. Andy, thank you. Again, get your questions to the regional managers. And remember that this session today is being recorded, so if anyone missed it, you will go to the KCC website, team of experts at the bottom of the page, and later today you will find that link. Thank you very much and have a good morning.